Is this Nigel Farage straight after one of his special dreams about a no-deal Brexit?
Nigel is probably going, well, at least I haven't been... Oh, shit.
Is that lactose on the intolerant?
Is he saying this isn't what I meant when I said I wanted to meet a big Geordie bird for messy fun?
Ironically, he's been hit with fast food, you know, considering the Whopper he told about how easy it was to leave the EU.
It was actually, the food was from Five Guys. You want to make a joke about that?
Yeah, I have. He just got milkshake, didn't he? That's what happened to him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It happens all over the place.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very, very much, Hugh. You're absolutely right. Yes. This is leader of the Brexit Party, Nigel Farage, in Newcastle, having just been covered in milkshake by a protester, an action which has been condemned by people on all sides of the debate, and us too, right? The polls have just closed in the European election when the show goes out. I know, it's so sad. Oh, I was really getting into it as well. The Brexit Party is expected to gain the most seats in those European parliamentary elections.
Well, you think with that shirt they would have thrown strawberry milkshake to match?
If anything, it should have been a chocolate milkshake, let's face it.
The whole principle of, you know, being a bodyguard doesn't apply to milkshake, does it? You're meant to throw yourself in... Do you think it will be reflected in the next series of The Bodyguard, where he has to look after someone who is lactose intolerant? Seems like a great...
I don't believe it anyway. I think this is a new right-wing tactic. Any time someone asks you a question you don't want to answer, just get a milkshake thrown at you by one of your team. Going, Farage, did you take donations from Aaron Banks? Bring in the milkshake! I need the Sunday.
It is one of these things where you're allowed to be... have a dial on your outrage, I think, which is the thing that we tendency to forget. Everything is like, yeah, or no, yeah. And it's like, you have to condemn this entirely. And you got to go, yeah, of course we're condemning it. But you were condemning it, like, commensurate to it's a milkshake on the suit, like, whatever. You know, people going, oh, it's a milkshake today. But tomorrow, it could be, genuinely, it could be acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, OK, on a case-by-case basis, we will take that significantly more seriously. Oh, the milkshake today, but tomorrow, what if it's a ninja throwing star? Oh, you will have given him any right to condemn the ninja throwing star. What if the next week it's a grand piano in a catapult? It's an anvil on a rope. What?
Didn't McDonald's put up a sign saying, we're not going to serve milkshakes today?
They were told by the police in Edinburgh not to sell milkshakes.
Burger King tweeted to say, oh, we don't mind, we're going to sell milkshakes. And they're like some sort of, like, sassy friend outside the pub. You know, when you're drunk and trying to, you know, you go, like, I'm not getting involved, and Burger King's like, go on, I'll have a go.
Burger King, we'll hold your coat. How, by the way, did you see the Tory launch of their campaign?
Yes, yes. It was brilliant in Bristol.
Amazing. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Oh, it's like it's the finest photo of all time. It's great. It's like, could you imagine a sad...
There are no emojis that match these faces.
So amazing.
This man's face.
It's just, I mean, that is literally people at graveside. That is. And I know, actually, and Theresa May always wears very well-tailored things, very, very strong fashion choices, but for some reason, the sleeves being that short just makes it look even sadder. You wedge your hands into a child's jacket.
It's like her shoulders are so slumped that her arms have started growing.
There was no one here at this thing. No one went, no press, nothing. This was all in front of no one. It was like a karaoke in a cupboard.
This looks like a team that's just absolutely fucked it on The Apprentice.
Yes, how have the Liberal Democrats, however, caught the eye during this campaign?
Oh, by still existing.
And they've got a bit of street cred, I reckon, because Vince Cable went on the Andrew Marr show and he said, I said bollocks to Brexit, and Andrew Marr told him off, which is right. He was just following medical advice, which is to check your bollocks. And in a way, I thought that was quite inspired because, you know, bollocks actually are very sensitive. They're very complicated. They're outside, but they're still attached. And one one is slightly larger than the other. So, in a way, it's a perfect metaphor for Brexit.
It wasn't that he swore, it's because he's old. Like, if it's like your granddad saying boner. Like, you don't... It's because he's
I want
he's
context
old.
of that story. I want context.
We need to hear about that dreadful Christmas.
But the Lib Dems have done so well, because what's happened is, I remember once at there'd been a birthday party and there was a single piece of cake left, and it belonged to my second child. And the first one said it belonged to him, and she said it belonged to her, and then she said, no, you're an Islamophobe, and she said, no, you're an anti-Semite. And then the baby came in while they were fighting and just took the cake and went inside and ate it. And that's what Lib Dems have done while these two are fighting. My kids are not really Islamophobe or anti-Semite. I just thought it would give you some context.
It's good. I mean, it added to the story, but wow, it raised questions about your parenting. What about Labour?
Are they in it?
What about them? They're here. They're in it. They're a part of it as well. Yeah. There's a picture of Corbyn holding a thing. Don't forget.
Don't forget May.
Yeah, he's.
It's not the right election either, is it?
Yeah, the 20th... What is it?
No, it says that, but polling day is Thursday the 2nd of May, is what that says.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's
Yeah, and they did quite badly in that one.
Why has it not worked out for them, or why has it been difficult for them?
Well, Jeremy Corbyn decided that he wanted to bring the two sides of the Brexit argument together, and he has united them, because they've both decided they're not going to vote Labour.
It just feels like we've been driving forever in the middle of nowhere, and it turns out our navigator can't read a map and is also dead.
Yes.
You know, like, half of us wanted to go to the Lake District, the other half wanted to go to Cornwall, and then it turns out we're just going to have to go to Skegness. And I don't think anybody wanted that.
I'm going to ask a question that I think we know the answer to. What piece of legislation is Theresa May putting to Parliament next month? And you're allowed 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
It's her bold new offer for withdrawal.
Yeah.
Presumably it's called her bold new offer because it's just the same thing, but in bold.
No, she's calling it a bold new offer because she's preparing for her next job selling washing detergent.
It does remind you of when they changed the name of Jif to Civ. They're both going to end up down the toilet, aren't they? There's no good outcome.
This is Brexit deal with lime.
Just a hint of spring freshness.
I mean, how can you have a new and improved anything to do with that deal? I mean, that deal's the deal. It's a rubbish deal. It's like saying, we're going to give you new and improved menopause. I still don't want it. I really don't want it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's going to still leave me, you know, sweaty with, you know, weird bouts of fury, kind of like her bill. But, you know...
It makes me feel so sorry for her, though, for Theresa May. Because she has just... All she's done as Prime Minister is just have the hardest job in the history of the world. I mean, a job so hard that the Prime Minister whose idea it was literally immediately got off the grid. It's ridiculous. All she's done for 3 years, she's been criticised for absolutely everything, from her negotiating to her clothes to her shoes, right? And then she finally tries to get one bit of respite, one bit, but just going, look, I'm just going to have a break, I'm just going to go abroad, and I'm going to do the one thing that still brings me an ounce of joy, dance. And we're all like, oh, you shit to that as well.
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Kerry and Rhys. Now we play a round called Who Dares Wins. This game involves Tom Allen and Rhys James. If you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is race. Who wants to come on that?
I remember that day. The Interracial Arm Wrestling World Championships. I'm a white man. Thank you. I'm a white man, which means that a lot of people hate me these days. But I'm a white man, so it doesn't matter. Literally the same. Not just that, I'm a young, white, middle-class, straight man. In the game of life, that is what's called a royal flush. I hit the jackpot, OK? OK? I got lucky as shit, so everyone thinks my life is easy. Everyone thinks I've got it simple, but that's because they don't know my struggle, OK? My day-to-day, the shit I have to deal with on a daily basis. Do you know how often I'm sat in a coffee shop and someone asks me to watch their laptop for them? Just let me live my life! Yes, I am trustworthy, but don't assume that based on my appearance, OK? That is still discrimination. And yes, in this Cafe Nero, surrounded by all these mums, I'm unlikely to steal your Dell computer when I'm clearly already using a MacBook Pro. A superior laptop. But don't get too relaxed. I could just easily steal that Dell and repurpose it as a gift for someone I don't respect. Hard part for me about being those 5 things, that royal flush, is being a comedian. That's the hard part, because you're constantly told art comes from pain, right? To make great art, you've got to experience pain along the way in childhood or whatever, then harness that pain, turn it into art down the line. But I don't know the meaning of the word pain. I've never experienced any true pain. First time I even saw the word pain, I was in a patisserie.
OK, that leaves us with Tom. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And it's food.
Oh, OK. Oh, very similar topics. I once went to a buffet in Reading, and that's not even the joke. It was organised by a woman called Wendy, and it was so beige. It was so bland. It was like a buffet representation of Reading. I looked across this buffet, right? They put out sausage rolls, right? Sausage rolls, right? Where they just whipped off the cellophane and put the corrugated plastic straight down on the table. Like we were dogs! Then we had Scotch eggs, right? Scotch eggs cut into quarters. Apparently, no one can eat a whole one. Then we had breadsticks displayed in a pint glass. I thought I was at a fucking UKIP rally. Then she starts putting down cold pizza slices next to wontons. No one's mixed Italian and Chinese cuisine like that since Marco Polo. Then she brought out the quadrant of dips. You know, the 4 dips. The 4 dips of the apocalypse. The white one. The other white one. Then there's a green one. What's that? Guacamole. Then there's a pink one. What's that made of? Sillet bang? Nobody knows. I was just glad to have something made of some sort of colour. Anyway, it was a terrible buffet, but thank you very much, Wendy.
There you go.
Is it what position in the job centre queue is Jeremy Kyle?
You know what? I mean, sounding oddly like a Jeremy Kyle audience.
How ironic. You've become the one thing you hate.
The second half of this show is just proving Dara is my real dad.
Dara, you should have put something on the end of it.
Like his mother.
Is it...
Is it how many times the Ecuadorian embassy have put Julian Assange's sheet through a hot wash?
Is it when Nando's say unlimited refills, how many refills do they mean?
Is it how many sex dreams I've had about that priest in Fleabag?
Good one. Is it how many hours of television has Romesh done in the last month?
Is it how many times when I've referred to my other half was I actually talking about my bum and legs?
Is it what was Manchester City's goal difference? Tell you the best thing that's happened to me in the last week. A taxi driver mistook me for Jurgen Klopp.
When do we come in with the answer?
Are you suggesting? I know that other people may wish to. Anyone else want to come in with it? Or now that Tom decided it all has to end.
How many Eurovision Song Contests before we win one?
How how many views does the world's least popular porn video have?
In the history of the Jeremy Kyle show, how many guests have had one tooth?
Tom, do you know the answer to this?
It's the number of personnel that are thought to be sent by the US to the Gulf in response to Iran making moves on a war.
When you say personnel, do you mean soldiers?
No one thought they was going to send out a lot of typists. People do a bit of admin. Cover for Julie, who's off sick today with her ankle.
Yes, is there a more succinct... Do you want to...
Is it? That's not the question. I know the answer. I read the papers, unlike some of you. Just come in with a shirt. Is it the number of military personnel the US are thought to be sending to the Middle East in response to Iran's recent
Oh,
actions?
no.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Tom. The question I was looking for was, how many troops is the US talking about sending to the Middle East should tensions continue to escalate with Iran? How did President Trump respond to perceived aggression in the Middle East?
By slamming his fist on the table like an angry baby.
He responded...
Hey, I'm walking here.
Am I wrong to say he responded by sending 120,000 military personnel?
Let's just scale this back. They haven't sent
them.
120,000, just in case we initiate
So what was
a
all
war
that about, then?
between the US and Iran.
That's why I said a thought to have sent.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I was absolutely right.
It's only
I was
famous.
absolutely right. There was no
Famously...
question. I thought that they were thought to be sent.
Yeah, but you've... Clearly what's happened, Tom, is you've not read the paper properly and you should have concentrated on getting a better shirt.
Moving on, what new feature on the phone app Snapchat has become the latest viral trend?
Terrible. It's that thing where you get to turn yourself into another gender.
Yes, that is an app that everyone has become slightly obsessed with the last one. And will not be obsessed with in 4 days' time. But nonetheless, finger on the pulse.
Everyone's just enchanted with their own image.
But is that it? I mean, because this is like the greatest virus, the greatest non-Game of Thrones, Avengers Endgame thing that's happened in the last little while. Yeah, your photo... Hang on, let me see if we can do this on a feed. Can you pull it up? And then I do...
Oh, no!
Oh, gosh.
What have you done? Just mentioned it. Oh, that's that round head
Turn
filter.
yourself into Max
Okay,
Headroom.
right, I don't even know what...
Oh, yes.
I don't think I'm good. I don't think one of the cores.
Even with this filter, the hair is still sort of invisible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you look...
Oh, God.
I'll tell you what you... Dara, you look like the megabus man's wife.
I'm scared if I do it, I'll just look the same.
You're on the female ones, you have to bounce it.
Oh, I look like someone else.
Oh, that's the female.
That is what I look like if I don't pluck my face.
He looks like the sort of man who cuts his own hair.
That's really upsetting.
It is, and you know what? That's why I would never do that, and that's why I don't encourage any of my daughters to do it, because look, I'm from India. You know, we have great hair, not just here. So, honestly, I spend so much on laser and stuff, so I never have to look like my brothers and never have a beard, and then you get this thing, and my daughters think it's funny. I'm like, wait till you're 15.
This is what I'd look like if I got paid 25% more.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh. Has anyone ever wanked over themselves? Rhys, I look like your fit mum.
Rhys! They're real.
I've come to pick you up from school wearing my shortest skirt. Jailbait!
Well, aren't you the cutest little GCSG student? Oh, hello.
There you go. It is
Finally,
me,
you've grown
Ed
up.
Gamble. And if I go across a couple, it is me, Rob Beckett.
Getting that round of applause for Ed, Kerry and Rhys. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area. I'll read out this week's topics, then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines from a sci-fi film or TV show.
OK, I've done it. The time machine is complete. Now, your mission is to go back to 1890 and milkshake baby Hitler.
Arnold Schwarzenegger versus R. Kelly. This time the predator is sexual.
We are the last survivors of a proud people, a people destroyed by a pointless war, by stupidity and incompetence. We are the Conservatives.
There's an alien in your stomach, but it has to stay there because that is God's will, and this is Alabama.
So I'm the blue Power Ranger, that's the green Power Ranger, that's the yellow Power Ranger, and over there is the white the Power Ranger who wears white.
Oh, the hyperdrive has blown, Captain. We'll have to get an Uber.
Luke, I am your father, but I can't prove it because Jeremy Kyle has gone off air.
I'm not sure what they are, sir. They're not humans. I think they are Kardashians.
Fire the photon ray. Ray, fire the photon.
Yeah, Dave, it is an amazing piece of technology sent from the future to facilitate our species. If you unloaded it now and then, you'd also know it was a dishwasher.
We're going to have to open up a wormhole and go back in time. I've just sent a dick pic to my dad.
Yeah, so the rent on this spaceship is about 4K a month, but there's a cafe that does a banging avo on toast. Anyway, welcome to the Millennial Falcon.
Captain, the galaxy has shrunk. Oh, no, I just got out of a box of celebrations.
Warp factor 9 in a warp 7 limit. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, my... It's a slimy creature. It appears to be humanoid in form. It's coming out of your vagina. No, I am not a qualified midwife. Sorry.
What's that? ET phone home? You'll be doing more than phoning, mate. Brexit means Brexit.
Oh my God, is that the Terminator? Oh no, it can't be. We live in Alabama.
OK, our next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
New, nothing in a tin. Does exactly what it says on the tin.
It's 2 for 1 all week in Boots because nobody wants one boot.
Want to stop perspiration for 24 hours? Then do fuck all for 24 hours.
This memory foam mattress is perfect for a good night's sleep and for having sex with your husband's brother.
Mum deodorant. For when your mum pongs a bit.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Have you tried looking at boobs?
Do you want to leave your children a lump sum after you die? Me neither. So get on bet.com. Stick it on the horse.
I got my testicles trapped in a Dyson, and now we're both bagless.
Is your bed wet first thing in the morning? Have you got bird shit in your hair? You need a roof!
And now, in a break from usual advertising standards, the next commercial will not be voiced by Hugh Dennis.
The odds on whether I've got nodules on my vocal cords is on your screen now.
Do you keep falling over and you're not sure how to respond? Try TripAdvisor.
STD clinics, because you don't know what you've got till it's gonorrhea.
Why not indulge in our new Game of Thrones massage? It'll go on forever, and you'll definitely not get a happy ending.
Remember, when the fun stops, another bet may perk you up a bit.
Want a great way to lose weight that's also good for the environment? Die.
Lemsip Max. Go to work, infect other people, no one will know it was you.
We here at EE would like to announce our merger with 3 Mobile. Welcome to 3.
I'm Nigel Farage. I say we cancel Brexit and show compassion to refugees. Oh, have a Snickers, Nigel. You're not you when you're hungry.
Wind chimes, for when your neighbours don't think you're enough of a fucking prick.
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Kerry and Rhys. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Sindhu B, Hugh Dennis and Tom Allen. Commiserations to Rhys James, Kerry Godliman and Ed Campbell. Thanks for watching. I'm Dara Breen. Good night.
For more comedy, Romesh is mulling over the week's most entertaining news. The Ranga Nation is with us in 3/4 of an hour. Over on BBC Three, the entire box set of Famaland's available now. May I suggest you save this for the weekend and have a good old binge.